Something that really stood out for me in July is the idea that I can do this. With 96 items sold, $2,975 in gross revenue, an ASP over $30, a 26% sell-through rate, and 156 items listed, I realized that this is feasible. My name is Ashley and I'm a reseller based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. After reselling part-time for over a year and a half, I left my job in May to focus on reselling, YouTube, and also just relaxing. And while I never doubted myself or my decision, and I was really excited for what's to come, July proved to me that I can make a living doing this. And today I'm going to be sharing what sold on Poshmark, eBay, and Instagram in July 2021. You don't want to sit through me talking through every single sale, so I've broken this video into 4 sections. The numbers, an update on my Quicklotz half pallet, the highlights, and my goals for August. And before I dive into my numbers, I would love to hear from you. How were your sales in July? Let me know down in the comments. In July, I sold a total of 96 items, 94 on Poshmark, 1 on eBay, and 1 on Instagram. I listed 156 items, which for me personally is huge. Up to last month, my closet was around 150, 160, sometimes 170 items. So the fact that I listed almost the same amount is just wild to me. Up to now, in most months, I've had regular sales unless it's super slow. But in July, I had almost daily sales. In fact, there was only 2 days, July 4th and July 30th, where I didn't have a single sale. I remember when I first got started on Poshmark and reading in different Poshmark Facebook groups that once you had about 250 listings, that's around the time that you'd start to see daily sales. And I thought maybe one day I'll get there, but as I said, when I was part-time, my closet was usually around 150, 160 items. Now that I consistently have over 250 items in my closet, that's when I really started to see the daily sales, which is really exciting. I don't think it's a quick fix, and if you listed 250 things that people didn't want with terrible photos and no descriptions, that you would see the sales, but I do think there's something about the elusive 250. I also realized that I've already surpassed the number of items I sold in all of 2020, and that is wild to me and very exciting. So I'm really excited to see how the next half of the year goes. Listing was the biggest thing for me, and so far I'm still doing all of that myself, and I'm still sharing my closet using Poshmark Sidekick and their Select All button, which I am loving. My sales ranged from $8 for a basic Zara top to $300 to a new with tags Burberry scarf. 27 of those sales were $20 or less. 35 of them ranged between $21 and $50. 11 of them were between $51 to $100, and I had 3 sales over $100. And 15 of those sales were bundles. Some of my best categories in the month included jeans. My ASP, or average selling price on jeans, was just over $87, which is awesome, and I hope to see that continue to increase for the fall. I had a little bit of swim stuff, mostly like cover-ups and that kind of thing in my closet, and I had a 60% sell-through rate on that, which was great, and my ASP on those items was just over $26. I have so many accessories in my closet right now, and I'll share a little bit more about some of those, but I had a great sell-through rate of 38% and an ASP of $33.64. Also, jewelry. This is a new category that I haven't really given much thought to up to this point, but I had a 30% sell-through rate on it and an ASP of $26.38. Seeing how some of these categories are doing and seeing how pieces from my Quicklotz half pallet have done have kind of made me think differently about what I'm selling on Poshmark. Up to this point, most of the stuff I've sold has been clothing, shoes, the occasional bag, but I'm really seeing that accessories, jewelry, that kind of stuff has a strong sell-through rate, and I think it's because there's less of a risk of it not fitting and people know what they're getting, and maybe there's less saturation. I don't know. Anyway, it's been really interesting, and it's something that I'm going to be mindful of going forward. And over 2/3 of the items that I sold in July came from my Quicklotz half pallet. So let's talk about Quicklotz. Most of the things I was listing came from that half pallet. I still have more to do, but I've made a lot of progress. If you watched the unboxing of that half pallet, a lot of you were asking about the custom charges for Canada, and I finally got my invoice from FedEx, and it was just under $250, and I was really happy with that because I thought it was going to be more. If you haven't watched that unboxing yet, I will link it in the description so you can see some of the items that came. When it comes to liquidation, it is always a risk, and I'm always going to say that because it's something that I need to remind myself of as well. That being said, my Quicklotz half pallet, the risk paid off for me. I've already made back the cost of the half pallet, shipping, and customs. So everything I sell from that box is just going to be profit now, which is amazing. So about July. One of the biggest highlights for me in July is honestly the way this community showed up for me. I am so grateful for you, and if you haven't heard it from me lately, thank you for watching, subscribing, DMing me, and purchasing things. A bunch of my sales this month were from people who watch my YouTube videos or follow me on Instagram, and for that, I'm really grateful. I'm not going to talk through all of my sales from July, but just some of the highlights and notable ones and just some interesting commentary of what I saw. And we're going to start with the banana split. It's a sentence I never thought I'd utter in a YouTube video. So if you haven't watched the unboxing, I got 11 glittery banana split ornaments in my Quicklotz half pallet, and I had a good laugh about it because I just kept pulling out these tiny boxes and the banana splits kept multiplying. I listed them on Poshmark, and the day I listed them, someone liked it. So I was like, oh, great. Sent them an offer. Didn't think much of it. Then the person messaged me and asked me if I had 6 more. Why, yes, I do. I thought they were messing with me. I was like, what is happening right now? I messaged them back and was like, yes, actually I do. I made a listing for 6 of the ornaments. The person sent me an offer for $60 and I accepted. And I was like, this is amazing. I was kind of in awe of the whole thing, but mostly just thrilled that 7 of those ornaments were gone. And then 2 more of the banana splits sold separately, and I got such sweet love notes from the folks. I've got 1 banana split that I'm gonna keep for myself and put it on our Christmas tree, and that'll represent my year in reselling. And I've got 1 left available in my closet, but I honestly can't believe I sold 9 of the banana split Christmas ornaments in July. That is wonderful. Do you have an Apple Watch, or have you sold any Apple Watch bands? Because I've never really thought about Apple Watch bands as a category until now. I got a bunch of them in my half pallet, and 5 of them sold in July, and I was like, oh, this is maybe something I should think about or look out for. Some of them were brand name. There were 2 Kate Spade ones, there was 1 Rebecca Minkoff one, but there was 1, it had no brand as far as I could see, and they sold for $16 to $40. I was a little bit worried about sizing because I don't have an Apple Watch. I'm not totally sure, and I know there's a whole bunch of different models, but it seems like they have a size in millimeter, like 38 or 40 millimeters, and it doesn't really matter about the series. Was happy with that, and a new category for me to think about. Sunglasses are another category that did really well for me in July, and makes sense because it's summer. And it's also another item that someone can purchase without having to worry too much about sizing. A brand I wanted to share that I learned a bit more about is called Le Specs. So they have a bunch of different styles, but one of their popular styles is called Earhart. I'm not sure the whole story behind its popularity, but I know that they were spotted on Meghan Markle, so I'm sure that that has something to do with it. I sold 2 pairs of the Earhart style, 1 black, 1 in tortoiseshell, and they both sold for $40. Staying with the accessories theme, another category that did well for me was hats and visors. My best sale in this category was an Eric Javits Lil Squishy visor. I got an offer from the buyer for $120 and I accepted. That is definitely a brand that I'm gonna keep my eyes out for in the future because those hats retail for like $300 to $400. The other summer hats were lower end brands and they sold around the $20 mark. I also sold some hats for colder weather, including a cashmere beanie, some ear warmers, and a baseball cap. I guess the baseball cap isn't really for colder weather. It's not a summer hat either. It's somewhere in between. You get the idea. While so many of the items that sold were from my half pallet, I sold not 1, but 2 items from the very first liquidation box that I ever purchased. That box was not good, and there's still a few items in my closet that are lingering. The first item that sold in July from that box was a Gore-Tex swim cover-up. It sold for $16 on an offer to Liker. Now this piece was new with tags when I got it, but unfortunately there was a flaw. It had like slashes, like someone had cut it or had been cut mistakenly. I had relisted that thing so many times and I was so happy that it finally sold on that offer to Liker. I also sold a baby blue lace Guess dress. Again, a piece I had relisted so many times. Someone sent me an offer for $10 and I was like, yes, please take it from my house. I think there's 4 pieces left from that box, and when the last piece sells, there's gonna be cake, there's gonna be a party, maybe there'll be balloons, but generally there'll just be a whole lot of celebration because I just wanna say farewell to those pieces. I sold my first Burberry pieces, and there were actually 2 of them, and so that was really exciting. One of them was the beautiful blue and black monogram azure cashmere scarf. It definitely got some attention when I listed it and even got a couple of offers. I countered back, but I wanted to hold off selling it because that scarf was brand new with tags, it had no flaws, and I think it retailed for over like $450 US. I got a great offer for $300 from another reseller, and that took just 4 days to sell. The other piece was the Burberry umbrella. I hadn't even listed it yet, but I got a message from a lovely member of this community asking me about it because she had seen it in the unboxing. I sent over some photos and a video of me on my balcony opening it, and she said she wanted to pick it up. So that sold for $100 including shipping, and I was thrilled with both of those sales. I had one sale on eBay. I know it's basically a running joke where I say that I'm gonna focus on eBay and then I never do, and then the next month comes and I'm like, eBay, I'm sorry. I even had it written in my planner one day last week that I was gonna focus on eBay, but I just wasn't feeling it and decided to go thrifting instead. But I did list that white flax tunic and I got an offer from the buyer for $80 and I accepted. They paid $20 for shipping to the US and that took 15 days to sell. I've written eBay into my planner for August and I'm just gonna make it happen. I mentioned that jeans were a good category in July, and so I wanted to share some of the sales that I had. One of them was a pair of Madewell 9-inch high-rise skinny jeans in a size 28 and a light wash. Those sold for $39 and those took just 4 days to sell. And those sold via closet clear out. Another was a pair of mother jeans. These were the Stinger Flood ankle jeans in a light wash in a size 25. I got an offer from the buyer for $100 and I accepted. And those took 18 days to sell. I also sold a pair of Citizens of Humanity Emerson Slim boyfriend jeans in a size 32. Those sold outright for $150, and I think it was someone's first purchase on Poshmark. They had one of the guest usernames, and I was thrilled with that sale. And I also sold a pair of 7 For All Mankind Dojo jeans in a size 25. The Dojo is still going strong. If you're not familiar with it, it's a popular style from 7 For All Mankind. It has a very wide flare and usually a lower rise. These ones sold for $60 on an offer from the buyer, and those took 18 days to sell. Love selling jeans, love photographing jeans, and looking forward to more denim sales as we head into the fall. In addition to the banana split ornaments, there was lots of things that I sold for the first time in July. I sold a silk sleep mask from the brand Lunia for $35. There were some blue light blocking glasses from the brand 5th and 9th, and a Herschel travel pillow that sold as part of a bundle for $50. I sold a Betsy Johnson little zippered pill case that was part of a bundle, and the bundle was $20. There was a bunch of phone accessories, including a phone case and one of those stick-on ring holder things. Helps you hold your phone, and a hair towel that sold as part of a bundle that was $32. Overall, July was illuminating and fun and exciting, and I'm just really excited to see this momentum building. I fell into a really good groove with listing and nearly daily sales, and it was awesome to see movement on inventory, both old and new. I feel like everyone's been saying this week, and I feel like we say it every year, but I can't believe it's August. In August, I plan to continue to ride this wave of momentum and also enjoy the summer. I'm going to be taking a few days off and heading to Ottawa to see some friends, and I'm really excited to see them, some of them for the first time in like over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and also get out of Toronto and enjoy some different scenery. In August, eBay needs to happen. Like it just needs to happen. Even just a handful of items that are literally just sitting here waiting. The things I need to list on eBay are the ones that I can't list on Poshmark, and I just need to get them up so that way someone could potentially buy it. I'm going to continue listing up a store on Poshmark, including some of the things that I haven't yet listed from my Quicklotz half pallet, but also I got a new consignment client. And actually my plans for later this afternoon include dealing with that inventory, putting it all into a spreadsheet, and starting to photograph and list it all. What you can't see is the chaos outside the camera's view that's sitting over here that I can see in my peripheral vision. Would you be interested in seeing a haul of the consignment items, hearing a bit more about how I process consignment and how I manage it? Let me know down in the comments. I already have more than enough inventory on hand, but if I do well with listing stuff from Quicklotz and the stuff from my consignment client, I'm sure there'll be a bit of sourcing in my future, probably towards the end of the month. I want to make sure that my closet is ready for fall and that I'm top of mind when people are searching for new items. What are your goals for August? Are you taking time for yourself to enjoy the summer? Are you going to be hustling in your reselling business? I would love to hear what you're working towards. I am so happy with how July went, and I'm excited and curious to see how August goes. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed, now would be an awesome time to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, friends!